Alexander the Great was once leading his army through the desert. The powerful desert sun was beating down upon them, and they were becoming hot and very, very thirsty. Thirst, real thirst, is painful. It dries out the throat and makes us feel like we're going to die. It drives us on with one thought alone, to find water to quench our thirst. At that moment, we would sell everything we have just for a swallow of water. Alexander, no less than any of his men, was suffering from that same horrible thirst on that hot day in the desert. One of his soldiers came to him, knelt before him, and presented his upturned helmet filled with water, offering him this precious drink. Alexander looked down upon this man and asked, "Is there enough water for 10,000 men?" Sadly, the soldier shook his head. Alexander took the helmet from the soldier and poured out all the water onto the ground. If his soldiers were to go thirsty, then so would he. This is one of the reasons he was such a great leader. He was willing to suffer every deprivation his soldiers were suffering. He was willing to go through everything they were going through. He was willing to be one with them. It is reassuring to know that even great people get thirsty. It is beautiful to hear that even Jesus suffered thirst. He sat down beside the well and thought, "I am thirsty. I need a drink of water." We all get thirsty, and we all want our thirst quenched. That thirst is painful when we don't have the water. But we thirst for other things as well. There are people who have an insatiable thirst for money. We all thirst for that a little bit, of course. We all want a little more to make ourselves a bit more comfortable. But there are some who become consumed with this thirst for riches. It takes over their life. Perhaps it drives them to schemes which are a bit shady. That thirst drives them on. Others have a tremendous thirst for power, and the more powerful they become, the more power they want. Many of those people go into the political field, or perhaps the church. The thirst for power is a powerful thirst. We can also thirst for higher things, positive things. We are all born with a wonderful thirst for knowledge and wisdom. We want to learn more of the things around us, and we want to understand. We all have a thirst for beauty. We like to keep our home and the environment around us beautiful according to our own taste. We like to surround ourselves with beautiful things and beautiful people. We thirst not only for external beauty, but for that internal beauty which we find in those around us. We have a tremendous thirst for love. We thirst to be loved and to love. This thirst drives us to look to our parents when we are small. It propels us toward friendships and can propel some people to seek a lifelong relationship of love with another person. It can propel us to works of charity and love. We are all born with a deep-seated thirst for God. That thirst propels some people toward the religious life or to church ministries of various kinds. It propels us all to a relationship with the divine, to seek out and be in contact with God, however we picture God to be. That thirst for the divine propels us on. Thirst can be a terrible and painful thing, but thirst is also a wonderful thing, an indispensable thing, the thing that drives us on, propelling us through life and making that life worth living. Without that thirst for something more, for something higher, we are dead. If all our thirst is quenched, there is no reason to go on. We become complacent, satisfied, and we begin to stagnate without a thirst for something beyond. We see so much of this in the world around us, in people who thirst for nothing more, people who aren't even curious for a little more knowledge or understanding, people who no longer thirst for love or beauty, people who never even think of anything higher that we might call God. I believe death can be defined in just these terms. We are all born with a great thirst. Like that soldier, God comes to us, kneels before us, something incredible in itself, and presents to us that helmet of water to quench our thirst. God offers us all the water we need, offers us the knowledge and wisdom after which we thirst, offers us beauty, offers us love. God offers us Himself. Like Alexander, we look down at that water and ask despairingly, "But is there enough here for 10,000? And God smiles and says, "Not for 10,000, for 10 billion billion. There is enough here for everyone ever born into this universe. There is enough for me. There is enough for all of you. And there is enough of me for all of you. Here I give you the wisdom after which you have been thirsting. I offer you all the beauty, all the love you could ever dream of. I offered you myself, and there is always enough for all."